Today we have an 8th grade humanities teacher, Mrs. Libby. And so, Mrs. Libby, how have the student-teacher dynamics changed since you've been teaching?
I think a lot of it has depended on the school that I was in. It hasn't changed much in my time at Hawken, but in the different schools I've been in, it's been really different. In particular, the last school I was in, the students really didn't have an opportunity to be leaders in the school, even though even though there were teachers that were trying to get them to be. Often the administration in particular and some other lead teachers really would turn down anything they wanted to do. They didn't really think much of their opinion. They didn't think that they didn't really value their ideas. That being said, there were always some teachers who did. I don't see that at Hawken. I think most kids are given an opportunity to propose ideas that they had, and teachers take it pretty seriously. But I think it's been different depending on the school that I'm working in.
All right. How have teachers treated students differently since you've been teaching throughout the past years?
Here at Hawken or in general?
And in general.
Like I said, I think it depends on the school that you're in. I think Hawken has things in place that allow teachers to let students take the lead on things, both in clubs, at the upper school, and activities here, but also in projects that they have in class, whereas in schools I've been in the past, the projects have been very sort of teacher-directed, and the teachers say exactly what you have to do and the requirements. Here I feel like there's more freedom for students to be able to make their own choices in class and outside of class.
Have you ever heard of or experienced instances when teachers treated students differently based on their race, gender, religion, or sexual orientation?
Definitely.
Snack, coach.
Definitely. I had students at my last school who only by certain teachers were discriminated against based both on their gender. Often there were a few boys in the school who were sort of assumed to be doing bad things just because I think they were boys versus girls. The girls seemed to get away with things more often. And I also saw it with race, that it was I also saw it with race. There were, in my last school, there were students who, based on their race, were treated differently by certain teachers. It wasn't across the board, but there were definitely certain teachers who were particularly more harsh and more strict with certain kids because of gender and race. I haven't seen it for religion or sexual orientation. I think those are easier to hide than race and gender. But yes.
Thank you.